Hey everybody, so this is my Dark Souls Remastered rant. So a while ago, a couple months ago, I played Dark Souls Remastered. Dark Souls 1 in particular, but I played Dark Souls for the very first time ever. I've never played a Souls game, any of the FromSoft games, never played any of them, so Dark Souls was the first one I played. And it was a few months ago, and I wanted to play originally. I wanted to play Elden Ring, but that didn't end up happening. So I got Dark Souls instead because I was like, wait, why don't I start from the beginning of the Souls series? So I got Dark Souls 1 and I played it, and I'm gonna be honest. So in total, I thought it was good, but I don't think it aged very well. I think it's a little bit overrated. In fact, I don't even think I think a little bit is a bit of a stretch. It's overrated, but it's not bad or mid. Like it's still good. It's still a solid game. The problem is that I feel like it didn't really age very well. Maybe for its time it was very good, but it didn't really age very well, you know? Uh and I feel like a lot of times the game felt kind of, and as ironic as it sounds, soulless. It felt a little soulless at times because it was just like one of the things is like the lack of story was just such a turnoff for me. The story was told the way that the story is told is it's such a vague way. The story like that you get from it is so vague, and like you get it mostly through item descriptions and random NPC dialogue, and it's just so like you know it, it makes you need to like fill in a lot of the blanks, but instead of it being like, oh, you create your own story or whatnot, it just makes it feel like kind of like, dare I say, like unfinished, like as if the game was kind of unfinished. And yeah, it was really annoying. I really didn't like that. A lot of the story, mind you, that I didn't get from item descriptions and stuff was through my chat. Well, I had streamed the game um when I was playing it, my playthrough, I streamed it, and my chat was telling me like some of the story as I went, like in order, not spoiling stuff. Um, because I had a lot of questions. I was like, wait, Gwendolyn, his Gwyn's son? What the fuck? You know, like asking a lot of random questions like that, and they helped me out a lot. And one of the things that I could not have beat the game with if it wasn't for my chat is certain parts of the game where it's just super like obscure level design where you don't know what else to do. Like it's one of those, and I get this from somebody who told me this, and it's the best example where it's like weird level design where it's some vague like obscure thing to do where it's like press a button on the ceiling or something like that, and that unlocks the door to go to like progress in the game, and it unlocks the door to get out of the room or something like that. There was a few moments in Dark Souls where that happened, and I was just like, what am I supposed to do? Like, how do I do this? And my chat helped me out. And I would not have been able to finish the game if it wasn't for my chat. Maybe I could have gone on YouTube and looked up a tutorial, but, the DLC was especially like that. That was ridiculous for the DLC. And yeah, it was just annoying. One of the other things that I really didn't like is the final boss, Lord Gwyn, was so anticlimactic. It was a shitty boss. He is the epitome of, or he is the king of shitty Dark Souls. Lord Gwyn, that boss battle was so anticlimactic. To end the game on that note, because it was like you have to succeed Lord Gwyn, because he caused all the curse and the chaos and whatnot. You defeat his comrades or whatever, and then that's it. He's just a dying husk. That's what he is. But then people are like, Well, it's supposed to be like that. It's one of the things I don't like is that when Souls fans like there's clearly bad level design and they just defend it to with their soul, uh, pun intended. We're like, oh, it's supposed to be like that. Like, dude, no. Just I couldn't, man. That final boss, Gwyn, was so anticlimactic. Oh my goodness. Usually the final boss is supposed to be like epic, super hard, boss battle. Like the gargoyles were more difficult than Gwyn. Actually, gargoyles were one of the most difficult ones, but regardless, it took me 2 attempts to get Gwyn. And the only reason I didn't get it on the first attempt is because I pressed the wrong button on my mouse and keyboard, but um I got it in my second attempt and it was just so easy. But yeah, and it was just such a, you know, so it was unfortunate. But I mean, I did like, because I had my chat and everything, and I was talking to them, and they could explain me some story. I did enjoy the game, but if I didn't stream it, I would not have finished it. But in total, my review on Dark Souls, I would probably say I wouldn't necessarily. I guess this is a review, not really. It's more of my thoughts on it. But Dark Souls, like 7.5 out of 10, maybe an 8. Not entirely sure, but 7.5 or 8 is what I'd give it. So yeah, that's my Dark Souls 1 rant. So that's about it.